Hello, beautiful souls. What a beautiful day. We got source codes coming in here through Joy, the Christmas tree. So hopefully everyone's doing well. We're going to pull a few cards just to have some fun. I thought I was going to pull some with the video I did earlier. I did the light language video number 8 for integration. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. Thank you for being here with me. Sorry, 2-2 on the timer. Some key codes for today or numbers are 233. 122 2211 911 4444 444 1313, of course 1010, and 1220 8080. So some of those might be some just these key code signs and synchronicities to maybe validate that this message for you is, or for the next message that you might receive. Like I said, I already did. We really have a lot of beautiful source codes coming in today. So thank you to the elementals. Thank you to source. Again, I did the light language video, and then I sat down and I was guided to share a bit of my personal journey with the awakening regarding my twin soul activation and journey. So once that gets loaded, go ahead and check that out and see if it resonates. Maybe there's some information that might help you with my personal experience and what I was guided to share with the collective, with me and my significant partner during our activation this year. The year of the snake, the year of the shedding, the year of nothing. You can't hide anymore. You can't hide from yourself. We can't hide from each other. We can't run from each other anymore. This is just what it is. So again, I'm going to just pull some oracle cards. You know, I just wanted to have some fun for me. And again, always source guided, always higher consciousness guided for sure, because I let them take the wheel pretty much 99.9% of the time. So again, that video was really raw and vulnerable, and that's what we're supposed to be, is exposed, raw, and vulnerable. And the reason why I was guided to share it in this now present moment is because I think there's going to be some more codes being activated, scroll codes activated in the divine counterparts. If you have not already been activated, if you have not already been in sacred union, or if you have met your divine counterpart. Also, I think for us that have been going through this awakening process and or together or are in separation and together, and everyone's journey is their own and personal. Don't make yours fit. Don't make it fit. Never make it fit. Use your discernment. I'd rather just sit here and just let source just shine upon us. I mean, that's just so amazing. Like, I sit here with the sun in my face. Right now my face is really red. I went to the tanner, so I'm a little red. Get some heat, get some sunlight. I got source here. And yeah, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. Again, thank you for listening to my messy, authentic, raw, vulnerable self in any way, shape, or forms that is presented in each now moment, because each now moment is different from day to day. Nothing is scripted, nothing is planned. So I didn't plan on doing a video today about my sacred soul journey with my divine counterpart, with my twin soul. I woke up after, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so, the usual time that most of us are waking up. And when I started to go back to sleep, I was getting like, what do you call that? Just little, what's the word? What is the word I want to use? Yeah, it's gone. It'll come up to me. Analogies. Thank you. Thank you. Analogies, like an analogy for like this twin soul journey, like using the path as an analogy, a split path, a shared path, a intertwined, interwoven path, ups and downs and lefts and rights and detours and all of that, but still that path still leading to back together, right? So even though there's all of that other stuff in there, it ends up leading back to the source point, right? Which is self first and foremost, but also using like a parachute and a ripcord as a, you can go check the video out, but it was an interesting analogy where I literally in my mind's eye, I pictured us dancing. You know how you get 2 skydivers dancing basically in the sky, and then, you know, you've got your ripcord, parachute cord. Well, the divine feminine her pulls her ripcord first, but it was like more of that fail-safe, because the Divine Feminine didn't wake up sooner, which was fine. That's not good, or it's not right or wrong, it just is. And she decided to stay asleep. Go watch the video for that. But the analogy I got is like pulling the ripcord, and now she's yanked up, forced into her awakening, forced into her activation, and then that energy separates from the Divine Masculine, which again activates and triggers him in his own divine way. So I thought that was pretty fun that they used parachuting and pulling the ripcord and using that as an analogy, and then the fail safe, and this being the year. All right, so 5 minutes in, so listening to me ramble. Thank you. So if you're interested, watch it. If you think you might be, like I said, I did post some other pages that might be good reference. Remember, it's not the pink fluffy stuff. It is an activation. It is an awakening process back to self. But it also involves the other aspect of self, which is your divine counterpart, your twin soul. Okay, and I use twin soul. I don't really like to use the term twin flame. So we're going to use the Osho Zen. Again, I use it more of as a tarot reading, not a tarot, oracle. And then I'll probably pull a couple of oracle cards and leave it at that. So hopefully everyone's doing well. It's cold today. It's February weather in December. So listening to that inner voice. Thank you, Source. So outside of the beautiful art, we always say, look at this. I see 1-1 here. So again, I was just talking about twin souls. So the number codes and sequences that you'll see if you're in a journey, along with some specific spirit animals on the journey. But I see 1-1. So I saw a lot of ones in the timer too. But this is just that inner voice. The going in, we've got the dolphin energy here, the crown chakra. We got this quartz crystal. So any of this could be a synchronistic, a sign, or a key code for you. Or it just also might just refer to that you need to tap in and listen to that inner voice, that inner knowing, your super conscious self, your higher self, source consciousness. This is speaking to you. And again, we've mentioned this many times before, that the more you ignore that and bury it, the louder it's going to get, and the more uncomfortable you're going to get in all the ways. And again, it's not punishment, it's just get you to pay your attention and do the healing work that's necessary to move forward. So there is going to be celebration. This is Dancing in the Rain, number 3. So you might be seeing 3s, 333, 3333. That's Ascended Master number. But Dancing in the Rain, they've got crowns of flowers. They're enjoying themselves, playing, letting their inner children play. Splashing around water has been huge. I've had a lot of dreams. So if you're having dreams of water, it might just mean you need to hydrate more. But water right now is very cleansing and activating. So we have water in this card. We have water in this card. All right, so that might mean you need to take a sacred bath. If you are in a warm place, go to the water. Me and my partner are just like, we need water. We literally, it's like part of our genetic makeup that if we physically are not in water in any way, shape, or form, it is, I don't want to use the word unhealthy. What's another word I can use? It's just, we need it, like our physical makeup, and everyone needs it, because you're 76% water. You need to water. And so in the winter, I take a lot of sacred baths, salt, Epsom salt, essential oils, and lakes, oceans, rivers. Get in it if you can. If not, take sacred showers often, take sacred baths often, cleanse and clear. It's very healing. You also might be crying a lot. So there was one blank card in this, and I finally wrote twin soul connection. So that's pretty funny that this came up as I'm just talking at the video. No coincidence that at the beginning of this video I was telling you, if you feel like you're in a twin soul connection, go check out the video I just posted about my personal journey so far this year on this. So no coincidences ever. So maybe that's for somebody, or maybe look into those specific channels that might help you and guide you and give you a little more information that's not going to give you the pink fluffy bullshit out there, okay? And Sacred Soul Rising, the Lion of God channel, and Brandon Tobias. Those are the 3 YouTube channels I would recommend to start with. Is there anything else we want to share with this Oracle deck source today for this quick card pull? I got to get the kiddo from school, so what are we feeling guilty about? So are we getting caught up in our ego mind? So if you see this, we've got source, we got higher consciousness up here. We got all this darkness, this monkey mind, this ego mind, this small self, getting you all wrapped up, keeping this blocked, right? So it's not allowing a clear channel to you, okay? So source, higher self, higher consciousness is wanting to work with you and help you and, you know, access you, but they can't access you. One, you have to ask for help, but two, if you've got all this stuff going on, all this darkness, all this monkey mind, you see the hands there, just like if you're holding on to guilt or shame or whatever it is, you got to let it go, and this will start to dissipate, and then what will happen is this will come down and bathe you, okay? But in the false matrix, a lot of people get caught up and get stuck in this ego mentality, this mind, this monkey mind, this traveling to the back into the future and then traveling forward and thinking, well, what if I did this, or what if I could change that, or what's going to happen next? It's this vicious cycle. We got to let that go and just be here now, present, right? The whole theme lately is just being present, being still, but being still and being empty. So not just being still and letting the mind spin out of control, but also being still and empty in the mind, which means maybe you need to go into meditation and do some healing work, release and let it go, forgive it all. And again, you choose to forgive. You choose to forgive, and it's not just for yourself. Yes, and it's you choose your soul. You choose to forgive for yourself, not necessarily for the other party. And the soul, so when she makes that choice, the soul will forgive when it's ready to do. But you just have to make the choice. You got to set that intention to do that. All right, movement to movement. So for a lot of us on this path, we can't see more than just that next step in front of us, right? He's jumping from rock to rock. All right, and there's all these beautiful rainbow waves of water. Again, there's that water, but it's rainbow based, right? And you're being guided just to take that one step ahead of time. So you can't jump from this rock to this rock. There's too much. You got to go through the stuff and surrender and release and let it go and just move, you know, go movement to movement. And this is the number, there's a number 2 on this card, so that might be relevant. Also, the number 8 might be relevant, 8080 I saw on a license plate today. So again, pay attention to the colors, the key codes, the art, maybe what's coming out of my mouth that might be relevant for you in this now present moment. You know, it's interesting. I never really thought when I got all my decks that I would pull and do videos. But here I am. I really have enjoyed that and allowing it to present itself and however it presents itself. Again, because everyone does this differently. It doesn't have to be perfect or any way, right? So the next is guidance. So that's that number 3 card again. So again, 3-3. Call on your guides, your angels, the ascended masters and teachers, cosmic guides. You got to ask for help. You can mentally ask or verbally help. I ask for help. I talk out loud to my team often. So this is a very angelic card. So you can call it upon your archangels, your guardian angels, the angels that are working with you. You can call on your dragon guides. 3 more dragons woke up. Got that through a channeled message I was listening to this morning. So the feminine pearl, pearl essence, pearl, white pearl dragon. I'm gonna get it wrong. I want to say copper, but I don't think it was copper based. And then a silver dragon. So 2 feminine dragons, and the red dragon has woke up a while ago. So if you connect to any of your guides and teachers, just, you don't have to know specifically who they are. I don't really know. I just say I want to connect and work with my dragon guide or my unicorn guide or my main spirit guides, my inner circle, my ancestors, the ascended masters that are working with me in this now present moment. So usually I just say in this now present moment for my highest and best good through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, and divine wisdom. And whoever is working with you will step forward and work. And if you know your guides, great, ask. Source is here, and source is always here. Source is here. So again, that also reminds me of the third eye. So when if you've ever seen, if you can see your third eye, that's, gets that eclipse looking sun bright. And when mine opened up, I actually could see the color, which I don't normally see, which was amazing. But maybe some of your third eyes have just opened, or they're starting to open more. And if they're already opened, maybe you're going to be getting a little bit of an advancement or another activation. So you're getting it to be more attuned, realigned to the now frequency that you're holding. Because remember, your chakras are constantly being activated, cleansed, and cleared for the now present moment, in the now present moment of the frequency that you're holding now. So it's never a one and done. I've mentioned that many times. So again, source is here, but maybe this is also referring to the third eye activations. So maybe getting some more clearing and third eye activation. I may have actually heard that in one of my messages this morning. Always be the rebel. Again, black sheep, be the rebel, be the one that's going to push against the grain. All right. So we've got a rebel here. There's chains broken around. Don't be held down by the chains. We've got, I don't know if that's a hawk or a phoenix. Maybe it's a phoenix. Maybe it's a phoenix. And then, of course, all of the beautiful art. And then, of course, holding his torch of flame, being the light bearer, being the way shower, being the ones that are doing it before everyone else is doing it. We're the weirdos, the crazy ones, the conspiracy theories, all of that. We're the rebels. We are the rebels. All right. Thank you, Source. All right, some of you might be clinging again to the past, holding on again with that monkey mind, that brain. This is number 5. This looks like a feminine. This looks like there's a cup back here, as well, as long as these, we've got these beautiful star notes here. But she's also clinging very desperately hard to the past. Where's that other card? So again, if you are clinging on to the past, like, we'll use relationships. So if you're clinging on to how your relationship was and not living in the present moment and addressing to what the relationship is now, that's definitely needing to go in and listening to that inner voice maybe a little more and find some guidance. And again, where's the guidance? It's not seeking the fixing issues out here. There's no one to save you out here. You have to go internally to do the work, okay? So I'm going to say this because I'm guided to, and my ego's wanting to push back on that. It is the time of year where people are celebrating Yeshua. It's Yeshua. It's not Jesus. The J didn't appear in the alphabet, and I don't remember. You can look at that information. Yeshua's birth. But Yeshua was here to learn and to embody the Christ codes, the Sophia codes. He is also a twin soul, Mary Magdalene. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but Mary Magdalene and Yeshua were twin souls. And yes, they had a family. And yes, he was murdered. He is not and was never meant to be a savior, to be here to save you from something. He was here to embody and bring codes. So I would guess from me saying this that they're both here. That again, this time of year, people tend to worship. He was never meant to be worshipped. That's what the propaganda of the system of the religious programming did. All right, they picked him out and put him up and say, do this, and this person, this human, and all will be forgiven. So don't look outside of yourself. You hold Christ consciousness codes. You hold Sophia Christ consciousness codes. What do you think the second returning of Christ is? It's you. It's not somebody coming back out of the heavens. It's not somebody out of the heavens coming here to save you. It's you. It's always been you. Always has been you. Always will be you. But unfortunately, through conditioning and programming, in the way that we as humans decided to roll things out in these past thousands and thousands of years, and I find that this time of year, especially around Easter, that people are seeking things. They're seeking outside of themselves to be fixed, to seek out this other human being to fix them, to save them, if that makes sense. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Mary Magdalene. So, yeah, didn't expect that. So I almost held my tongue on that, and I never understood like that whole dogma of the religious aspect of it, because I was pulled out of the public schools after kindergarten, put into a private church school, very small church school, very religious Lutheran school, and fucked with my head. But I always still just never fit, never quite understood. Like, it just didn't feel right. It felt icky. It always felt icky to me. And anytime I tried to return to it, I was trying to return to self, because deep down I knew that it was me, but I was still reaching out because of the programming. But it felt icky. It's always felt icky. Remember, it's always you. It's always has been you. It's always with you. You hold those codes. You hold those genetic codes within you, okay? All right, so we need to quit fighting and start working together, right? We got to quit picking sides, picking teams, picking different politics sides. All that we need to start letting all that go. Again, that's a universal collective consciousness thing, and just continuing to let it go and quit fighting, okay? The more you fight, the more you give away your frequency and your energy, and you're feeding the falseness of it. Your highest value is your frequency and your energy. Loosh. Again, I don't like to get wrapped up in the negative bullshit of it all, but it does need to be brought to attention if you're unaware that when you give your frequency and energy to particular sides, we'll say politics, religion's another good one, sporting teams, and you get like so consumed and you give your energy to those sides, you're draining your energy. You're giving your beautiful essence away for free. Quit wasting your essence on all the bullshit. I'll just keep it short like that. Thank you. Keeping it real, keeping it raw. What do we got here for this? So letting it go. Letting it go. Letting go all of it. All of the bullshit. All of the nonsense. Personally and collectively. Quit getting wrapped up. Walk away from those things that are draining you. Whether that's people, places, or things. People, places, or things. And yes, if they're meant to come with you, they will come with you. On their terms, on their time, during their healing process. If they're not meant to come with you, they will not be coming with you. Source will make that perfectly clear. You will know. But again, you just continuing, you step away from the nonsense and you let it go and quit worrying about the partners, the friends, the family members, the jobs, whatever. You let it go and you move on. If they're meant to come along, they'll come along at their own pace and their own time. So someone or all is getting you. There's our water again, and we've got all that nonsense up here, letting go and then tuning in. So tuning in, so letting go, tuning in, letting go of the monkey mind, right? And listening to your inner voice. To do that is through breath work, through meditation. Right? There's many ways you can practice your meditation. It doesn't have to always be seated on a cushion or laying down still. It can be walking. It can be contemplation, introspection, all of that stuff. So tuning in and letting it go. All right, what do we else? We got a couple more here, and then I'm gonna, and there's the dream. So again, some of you, this reading might be referring to a twin soul connection. So if you're holding on to the divine masculine, if you're holding on to the divine feminine in their unhealed version, you need to let that go, surrender, do the inner work, and then that's when the union or the reunion will take place. So apparently that's a theme today. there's the tower moment. So collectively having a tower moment or personally having a tower moment, and a tower moment can look in any way, shape, or form. Or this also reminds me of maybe being activated, upgraded. So your abilities might be getting activated, woken up. Or if you've already had some abilities activated and turned on, now they're expanding and you're getting a bigger upgrade. Thank you, Source. Thank you. All right, just checking the time here. Just make sure I'm not running too late. And just always trust the higher consciousness. They know what's going on. Source consciousness, higher self, they know. Super conscious self, they know what's going on. They know, they know, they know. They know what they're doing. You just have to let go and surrender and heal and let them worry about the rest of it. Let them just handle all the behind the scenes stuff and quit trying to control the outcome. I spent many years trying to control the outcome, trying to control it all, and that came from a lot from very unhealed parts of self. Now I just surrender and let it go. And however it unfolds and rolls out and all of that, excuse me, it'll be. All right, so let's pull just a couple of these Tree of Life oracles and I gotta go. And it's, thanks for listening to me ramble. All right. What do we have for the collective? Victory. Just fall out. So card number 7, Goddess Netzach. Victory, hope, love, and art. So of course, twin flame, our twin soul journey. I don't like to use twin flame. Doves is very prominent. Swans. There's 2 leopards here. So leopards, again, anything in pairs. Big cats in pairs. Birds in pairs. Swans in pairs. Very much so twin soul related, but also could be divine union, soulmates, things like that. So that might be relevant for somebody. All right, let's just do one more. One more. Judgment's called. So path number 31, judgment, fortitude, renewal, truths revealed. So judgment cards have been coming out in a lot of tarot readings, not just when I pull cards from personally and collectively, but other tarot readings. You'll see the judgment card. Judgment is being called, and truths being revealed. Interpersonal, revealing truths about self, revealing truths in your own personal life, whether it's people, places, things, relationships, friends, family, work, whatever. And then we've got the Phoenix rising here. Do element of air, thought, mind, and communication. So just going back to letting the mind and the ego, gotta let go. But also you might be getting some communication might be coming in, but letting those thoughts go, surrendering the mind and ego, trust fall, walk by faith, not by sight. But also you might be getting some communication in, which is the air card. Of course, we've got the fairies on here, the butterflies. The fairy energy has been coming in a lot more. The elementals are waking up, and it's the dragons energy. And so there's a lot of fairies, fae energy in this card for sure. So take a look at that. And the Fool card. I was just really guided to pull from the top. So again, taking that leap of faith. I just said that. The Fool card is taking that leap of faith. Trust fall, and walk by faith, not by sight. Freedom and trust. All right, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you, Source. Thank you, beautiful souls, for sitting out and hanging with me for about 30 minutes and playing around, having fun in this beautiful sacred space with Source, with the light codes, with the elementals here, with the fae that hang out in my home. I will talk to you soon. Love ya. Bye.